6 years after a stage 3 cancer diagnosis, and I'm still cancer-free. In this video, I'm showing you exactly what I do every single day to stay in cancer remission. Many people think what you need to do is complex, but it's actually quite simple. Others think that you need to find this secret formula, but the answer is right in front of you. Time to be strategic and do everything in your power to stay cancer-free. Let me show you how it's done. I start my day at 6:30 a.m. Rest is very important to me. It needs to be important to everyone. Without rest and routine, your body isn't able to restore and perform to the levels that you need it to. Whether that be taking care of your family or crushing it at work, you need to be able to rest in order to perform. I go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time, no matter what. Weekends, holidays, it's the same. Now, already you might be thinking, there's no way that I can do this. I thought the same thing. But then we had small children and they thrive on routine. I discovered on the same routine, everyone is happier and healthier. Because I go to bed at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every morning, I actually don't need an alarm clock. My body naturally wakes up at 6:30 a.m. I start my day with a full glass of water. After sleeping all night, you're dehydrated. You've been sweating all night, and as gross as that sounds, it's true. So make sure to wash your bedding lots. You need to start your day with a glass of water. Hydration is so important for cancer survivors. When you're in cancer treatment, you're hydrated all the time. The chemotherapy you received is mixed with hydration, is often run alongside hydration, and sometimes women come into the cancer clinic just to be hydrated. There's a reason why this is done. You just feel better when you're properly hydrated. You'll have more energy and you'll have less joint pain. The easiest way to get this done is to fill your coffee cup with water and drink that before you have your first cup of coffee. Then I start my day with a cup of coffee. If I were to say I have one true vice, it's coffee. I love the smell, I love the taste, I love coffee. During chemo, that actually completely changed. When I was getting chemotherapy, I actually couldn't stand coffee. I had absolutely no appetite for it. But your taste changes a lot through chemo, and for me, even the taste of water changed. But over time, that taste comes back and I was able to refine my love for coffee. Then I start my day with a high protein breakfast. For cancer survivors that struggle with low energy, just like I did, then a high protein breakfast is a must. Because you're fasting all night, you're actually really sensitive to carbohydrates first thing in the morning. So eating something in the morning that's high in carbohydrates can spike your insulin and then cause it to crash in the early afternoon. If you have that early afternoon slump where you're really low on energy, then try eating a high protein breakfast in the morning. Let me give you some examples. These are two of my favorites. The first is high protein waffles. These are delicious and my entire family loves them. I'll link up the recipe at the end of this video. The second option is a high protein overnight oats. I do a smaller serving of oatmeal and then mix in protein powder and fruit. I go between these two options based on how I'm feeling, but both of them are gonna give you a good amount of protein. Once I've had breakfast, I head back to my bedroom to get ready for the day. I start with my skincare routine. I always wear sunscreen, 365 days a year. I'm really fair-skinned. The sun is not my friend. And so I make sure that I have protection. Once I'm ready, then I grab the kids, take them on a short commute to drop them off, and get ready to start my day. Now, the morning is my most productive time of day. Everyone's different, so you're gonna have to tap into your own energy flow and find out when you're most productive. Whatever part of your day that is, that's where you'll need to concentrate your most important tasks. For me, this looks like meeting with clients in the Cancer Freedom Program and helping other cancer survivors. I meet with women who are currently going through cancer treatment or recovering from cancer, and I create a step-by-step plan for them to use their nutrition, their movement, and their mindset to completely recover from cancer and stay cancer-free. Now, during those meetings, I always have water at my desk. You know how I said it's important to stay hydrated, so I take little sips throughout the day. Always having water at my desks allows me to subconsciously drink water throughout the day. Having a straw with that bottle of water is even better because I can take little sips and not even really think about it. But if I have work or meetings where I don't have to actively be talking or participating, then I'll take those meetings on my walking pad. As a cancer survivor, the number one thing that you can do to lower your risk of a cancer recurrence is to hit targeted exercise levels. That's low intensity cardio. I need to be getting at least 150 minutes of low intensity cardio per week. For me, I'm aiming for 10,000 steps every single day. But targeted exercise is cardio and strength training. More on my strength training routine later in this video. If you have a desk job, I strongly recommend investing in a walking pad. They're lightweight, compact, and they're at a really reasonable price point. You have to set yourself up for success as a cancer survivor, and that means using different things throughout your day to help you stay active even though you have a desk job. I'll link up my favorite walking pad below. Now, during the morning, I don't have any snacks. No snacks at all. This is my prime focus time, so I just dive in. The next time I'm gonna eat is actually around 12:30 or 1 p.m. Once I get into lunchtime, I take my dog for a 30-minute walk. My dog Marlo has been with me for the past 13 years. She saw me through my doctorate, my research work, and she was at my side throughout my cancer treatment. Now that she's getting older, I've got to make sure I take care of her, and that means daily walks. Pets are the best, right? Sometimes we take a walk up to the local coffee shop or just a walk around the block. When I get back from a walk, it's time for lunchtime. I aim for a really simple lunch because that's really all you need. A lot of cancer survivors overcomplicate their food, and that's just not how it has to be. By adding in more health foods, you're often adding in more additives, sugar, or unnecessary ingredients. My lunch focuses on lean protein and veggies. Now for me, this looks like a salad, and that might look like a salad for you too. When I'm building my salad for lunch, I want to make sure I get 2 sources of protein on that salad. This might be something like chicken thighs and low-fat cheese, or black beans and feta cheese, or maybe chickpeas and nutritional yeast. I just want to make sure that I'm boosting up my protein at lunch. Cancer survivors are in desperate need of hitting target protein levels, but for many women that I work with in the Cancer Freedom Program, before we really start focusing on protein, they're nowhere close to hitting target protein levels. That means their exhaustion, their weight loss, and their joint pain is all being delayed. We can fix these issues, but you've got to get your target protein in line. Then around 1 p.m., I'm back to work, either in my office or on my walking pad again. Then around 3 or 3:30, I start to fizzle out. This is my least productive time of day. So many people just try to push through this slump time. But because I'm able to structure my own day and my own schedule, I'm actually able to leave my desk around 3:30. That's when I do my strength training. Sometimes I focus on body weight strength training or dumbbell strength training, but today I was doing barbell strength training. As a cancer survivor, you need to be doing strength training at least 2 to 3 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes per session. You'll want to focus on all major muscle groups in every single session. A lot of people will tell you to do an arm day and then a leg day, but this isn't right for cancer survivors. If you want to lower your risk of a cancer recurrence by up to 59%, then you need to be doing targeted strength training that focuses on all major muscle groups during every session. Then around 4:30, I head off to pick up the kids. Then we go play outside, ride bikes, play soccer, definitely getting in more steps there too. Then at 5:30, it's time to start supper prep, and that's when all the craziness hits. If you have a family, then you definitely know what I mean here. I do a lot of meal prep ahead of time to make sure that there's always fresh veggies available, not only for me, but for my entire family too. We eat supper together as a family, and then it's time to start getting the kids ready for bed. There's time for playing, baths, we watch some cartoons, read books, and then it's off to bed. It's lights out no later than 8 p.m., and after that, I head back to get some more work done. Now that I've had time away from my desk and time with my family, I feel rejuvenated, so I'm able to focus back in and get some work done. And this is where I do a lot of my learning or creative work. This means I'll be creating resources to help women recover from cancer or get through cancer treatment, or I'm researching new methods or treatments that could potentially help my clients. I need to always stay on the cutting edge of what's coming up in terms of the science of cancer and cancer recovery, so that means every night I'm diving in. Then around 9:30, I start my wind down routine. I head back upstairs and I start my bedtime routine. This starts with dry brushing. I still have some issues with lymphedema following my cancer surgery, so I do a full body dry brushing routine. This is also great for your skin. I do this dry brushing routine and then I hop in the shower, wash my face, moisturize, get into some comfy PJs, and hop into bed. And that is how I structure my day as a 6-year cancer survivor. That's how I stay in cancer remission. But the most important piece of this is actually the specifics of my food. That's exactly why I've linked up this next video here so you can find out more about the exact meals I eat every single day. Click the link here, I'll see you in the next video.